Alright folks, it's 12 o'clock in the morning and I am explaining a pop song to you because that is what I do. I'm explaining Katy Perry's Chained to the Rhythm, which she's been teasing for a while. I've known about it, been waiting for it to come out. Katy Perry definitely intends for it to have a sarcastic, non-traditional, Mike Posner-esque, ironic effect on her audience. What does that mean? Let me explain. Hey everybody, my name is Clifford Stummy. I'm the Pop Song Professor. Welcome to my channel where we're all about helping music lovers like you to understand the deeper meanings of popular songs so that you know what your artists are saying and can enjoy your music more. Today we're talking about Chained to the Rhythm by Katy Perry. And we're going to talk both lyrics and music video. Well, actually only lyric video, but there is a hamster eating tiny food, so that's cool, right? And I want to let you know that if you want to hear explanations of more Katy Perry songs, you should stick around for the end of the video. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my Patreon account and how we can partner up to bring the world deeper and better explanations of Katy Perry songs. Well, let's just jump into the verse. Verse 1, she sings, "Are we crazy, living our lives through a lens, trapped in our white picket fence like ornaments, so comfortable we live in a bubble, so comfortable we cannot see the trouble, the trouble." So it's shaping up to be a deep song because it's pointing out a deep problem. People often live their lives securely and away from any sort of inconvenience or difficulty. She continues singing, "Aren't you lonely up there in utopia where nothing will ever be enough, happily numb?" You know, if I were in utopia, that would be true. Honestly, there are difficult aspects to my life and I'm still figuring some of those out. But I also live in a lot of wealth compared to large portions of the world. So is she talking to me? Is this materialistic? Is this emotional? What is this bubble we're living in? Is it political? Well, she doesn't actually ever explain within the song. The pre-chorus tells us to put our rose-colored glasses on and party on. So it's almost as if though she's saying, ironically, you should just ignore this problem and continue to enjoy the life you're living right now. And consider, as April pointed out to me just a little while ago, before she so wisely went to bed on time, the song is probably going to be played in clubs where people are dancing and trying to ignore difficult or deep questions. In the chorus she sings, "Turn it up, it's your favorite song," which might be a little bit presumptuous at first. I mean, I'm not saying that it couldn't become everybody's favorite song, but it's definitely optimistic. She tells us that we're stumbling around like a wasted zombie, so in case you were wondering whether she was actually sincere, like, you should listen to the song and ignore all the problems, this reference to stumbling, which is inherently a negative thing, a wasted zombie is an inherently negative thing. So she's describing the way we're living our lives as a negative thing. And it's interesting too, because if people are in the club listening to the song, and they're probably, had a fair amount of alcohol, and they may be wasted and stumbling. Could be late at night, they could be tired, they could be kind of out of their mind, so they could be zombie-like as well. Which I think makes listening to the song a very surreal experience, because I think a lot of people who listen to the song the way it's obviously intended are going to look at themselves and be like, oh, the song is about me, particularly. But they're also going to be drunk at the time, so what exactly are they supposed to do about the deeper meaning of this song if they can't quite figure it out at the point of listening to it? But Katy Perry is not pointing fingers. She continues, "Drink, this one is on me, we're all chained to the rhythm, to the rhythm, to the rhythm." She's not necessarily saying, I mean, she could be referring to drinking alcohol, but I think it's a metaphor for, like, using this song as sort of your opiate or your sedative. And being chained to the rhythm is just this idea that it's difficult to break out of our peaceful, comfortable little lives. And verse 2, where she sings, just in case you missed some of the subtle ideas in the rest of the song, "Keep sweeping it under the mat, though we can do better than that. I hope we can." She too is trying to escape from some of these deeper questions about what kind of world we live in and what it's going to be as a result of the actions we make or don't make. Skip Marley raps that he wants to break down the walls to connect and inspire people because he says that time is ticking for the empire. The truth they feed is feeble, and so many times before they greed over the people. People, they're stumbling and fumbling and were about to riot. They woke up the lions. So the people in power, in whatever sort of situation this is, economic, political, spiritual, social, cultural, the people in charge apparently haven't been doing a very good job, haven't made Skip Marley and Katy Perry happy, and now the people are going to come out of their zombie-like funk and change the world. Which, as a side note, if we look back at history, has sometimes turned out very, very well, or turned out very, very poorly. Yeah, and so that's the basic gist of Katy Perry's Chained to the Rhythm. I think it's interesting that it's got such a socio-political, that's what we're just going to refer to it as, message for its audience. I think it's a little bit troubling that they don't ever narrow anything down or give any specific guidance to it, so I really think that it's kind of like a lot of pop songs in that listeners can take it and apply it to whatever they want to apply it to. It's almost as if Katy Perry is giving us the tools to go and think a specific thought about something, but it's not like she wants us to think a new thought about it. It's just that she wants us to have a new way of thinking the same thoughts that we've had about something. And that's cool. I don't expect, that much from pop music as far as like depth of meaning goes. But it is perhaps, and you'll have to pardon me because this is Cliff's unimportant, unworthy opinion time. It is a little bit annoying, I think, that she sings very purposefully a song about listening to her song. And it's not really clear what her message is. Is listening to her song a good or a bad thing? Because Skip Marley's telling us we're going to riot and rise up, and she's saying that the rhythm is what chains us and that we're listening to our favorite song. And at that moment that we're listening to our favorite song and hearing her say that, we're listening to her song. And so I think it's an unclear message, unless she is saying that her song is somehow emblematic of a music industry that wants to kind of keep us sedated, and then that music industry being symbolic of a lifestyle or a culture that's trying to keep us sedated and keeping us from making change. Though what change, again, she doesn't tell us. But people, I'm not the expert, and I'm definitely not the expert on Katy Perry, so if you have an explanation or a thought on this, please share it. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I would be happy to talk that through with you. I'm always up for learning more, and if you can prove me wrong that a song is deeper than I think it is, and more worthy of being listened to than I think it is, then you have done me an awesome favor, because now I have another song that I can enjoy even more. So, let's continue talking about it. Let me know what you think. As far as the music video goes, there's some obvious symbolism in there. The one hamster, while he's waiting for his meal to be prepared by somebody else who is taking care of him, aka maybe the system, is watching a TV show where another hamster is running through a wheel, doing nothing, accomplishing nothing, but still feeling like he's going somewhere, being so happy, right? So that's kind of a symbol or a metaphor for her audience who is listening to this music and is chained to the rhythm and isn't really paying attention to the important things in life or going anywhere or doing anything about them. And you probably recognize the concept of a hamster eating tiny food prepared for him from another internet video, or a series of videos where that's happened many times before. Katy Perry is not the only pop star to have adopted some sort of cultural internet trend for one of her videos. Adam Levine and Maroon 5 used Pokemon Go in their music video for Don't Wanna Know, and I'm sure it's happened before that and will happen again. But that's basically all for now, people. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you have a better understanding of Chained to the Rhythm by Katy Perry. If that's something that you're excited about, do not forget to check out my Patreon channel. I like to do in-depth lyrical analyses of some of these songs and to kind of figure out what they mean and what the artist is saying through them, and sometimes to even give my opinion on whether the song is really that deep in the first place. Patreon's a really great place for us to connect, have more conversations about this, and for you to choose songs that I'll be explaining, listen to the behind the scenes podcast, all sorts of cool stuff. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the Song Meaning community, check out some of the videos on this channel, and comment below a song that you'd like to hear me explain in a future video. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you later.